Are you tired of waiting 30 seconds for your musketeers to train? Do you enjoy winning a match of Age of Empires 3 with World War II human wave tactics? Do you want to bring glory to the motherland and fight against Western imperialism? And most importantly, do you want to develop RSI? If you have answered yes to any of these questions, I have good news. You might be a good candidate to join the Russian cause in Age of Empires 3. You see, Russia is a country famous for her creative use of manpower and resources, and in Age of Empires 3 that is also the case. From the mass Strelets and Cossack rushes that we have all been the unfortunate receiving end, we know pretty well how obnoxious Russian players can be, but oh boy, it can get worse. Most European civilizations in Age of Empires 3 have access to two bonuses that reduce the training time of their infantry, that being the Fancy School Home City Shipment, which is available on Age 2, granting you minus 40% infantry training time, and the Standing Army Upgrade, which is researchable in the Church in the Industrial Age, granting you minus 25% infantry training time. With these two bonuses, European civilizations can get up to minus 65% training time on their units, which is pretty good. A standard musketeer takes about 30 seconds to build. If we reduce that by 65%, we get 10.5 seconds for a batch of 5 musketeers. This is not bad, but remember, we are Russia.
We are not weak as the men from the decadent West. We are strong, based, and most importantly, probably very insane.
Russian musketeers, also called train 25% faster than normal musketeers. And this is a bonus, not a base time. This basically means we have a free 25% training time reduction for musketeers only. With the standard minus 65% training time reduction, we can get up to 90% training time reduction, leaving us with 3 seconds training time for musketeers. But this is not the final form of the Russian man.
We can go beyond with the power of the Woolen School.
This is a Russian specific card that can, mind you, be sent Age 1, reducing the training time by an additional 25%, meaning that we can get up to 110% training time reduction on musketeers. This, in effect, makes our musketeers train instantly. Now, why do we need instant musketeers, you say? Before you execute this strategy, it is recommended that in true Russian fashion, you should begin by drinking vodka and listening to Shaman. After you have done all the necessary steps to play your game, you will know when you have done all the necessary steps. Then you may queue into your unsuspecting victims in 900 ELO ranked matches. Remember, this strategy is most effective as a surprise. Use the great Russian ability of camouflage to your advantage by not building a single unit until your enemies decide to push. Then you may proceed with your little trolling, or a so-called special partial mobilization. You may feel the despair of your enemies as they witness your single blockhouse spawn an entire platoon of veteran musketeer boys from out of thin air as their army was about to pass it. Or better yet, use your ability to make forts with your musketeers to create a literal spawn hive where your enemies least expect it. Now with this power, you can make your enemies feel the true geniuses of Russian strategists. You see, most people would scoff and laugh at the idea of running musketeers straight into cannon fire. But remember, casualties are just a number.
True Russian men rush blindly into artillery fire for maximum patriotism. Remember, comrade, not a step back.
We are just keeping up with the great Russian tradition of throwing enough bodies at a problem so that it eventually goes away. You don't need actual strategy, or micro, or good unit counters for all that matters. All you need are musketeers, and a large number of those. Be sure to keep clicking the train musketeer button as if it was the last thing you did, and confuse the enemy player by winning the game. Despite having the APM of a chipmunk, most opponents, after they see you throw more bodies at their lines than the Soviet Union threw in Stalingrad, may have no option but to resign, as they witness a true psychopath summon the Russian horde to continuously spawn inside their base from the single fort. May prove too daunting of a foe to face. As we are going full musketeers on this build, it is wise that we pick up these cards for maximum brain damage. New Order Regiments, granting plus 10% HP and attack for our musketeers. Piotr's Toy Soldiers, plus 15% HP and attack for our soldiers, and allowing them to build forts. And Ransack for 15% siege damage, because building artillery is for noobs. We are also going to grab the Improved Arsenal card, allowing us to get Flintlock for plus 10% HP, and Paper Cartridges for 15% damage, and Military Drummers for 10% speed. Together with all these upgrades and an Imperial Musketeer, we can get an army of instantly spawning, supercharged musketeers which have also a lot of siege damage. Truly, the ultimate life form, the Russian soldier. This is the deck I recommend for this strategy. The main goal is to hit industrial age and have a solid economy so that we can sustain a constant stream of musketeer production. The longer the game goes, the better it is for us. If we can hit age 5, we can harness the power of true late game economy and instant musketeers, meaning that no matter what units our opponents decides to make, we can just overwhelm them with pure, sheer brute force. This is why we have resource crate cards that can help us hit age ups quicker, and some unit cards to survive early aggression. But the main focus of the deck is to build a solid economy in the late game and get your necessary upgrades. I wish you good luck on your special military operation, friends. Remember, casualties are just a number. Bring glory to the motherland. And spasiba.
I see you in the battlefield, comrade.